It's Bernard Nomberg again on our Tuesday morning's Law Talk with the Nomberg Law Firm here in Birmingham. Obviously, we're out of the office today. We're with Michelle Bierman Wolnek. We're at the headquarters for Hart Gallery, Alabama. Michelle, thanks for being on with us today.
Thanks for inviting me.
Trying to branch out a little bit and not just doing the same different topics of various areas of the law, but getting out into the community, and that's what's brought us here to Hart Gallery. Michelle, if you would, just tell us a little bit about what is Hart Gallery, Alabama.
The Hart Gallery is a statewide nonprofit, and we help promote adoption of children that are living in foster care in Alabama. We mainly work with children who are in sibling groups or older children that are currently do not have a family identified for them.
And you guys are based here in Birmingham?
We're a statewide organization, but our offices are here in Birmingham. We're a small staff that serves a big state. And we currently are trying to work with about 325 kids that are legally free for adoption.
Okay, before we get into the exactly what Hart Gallery does, give the audience just a little bit of history of Hart Gallery, Alabama.
Okay, well, we are now 12 years old. Back in 2005, and one of the reasons why I think the Nomberg Law Firm is so involved is that Karen Nomberg, a good friend of mine, learned about the process of the Hart Gallery that was being started in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and brought it to my attention so that we could find a way, as an innovative way of trying to help older youth who are in foster care find permanent families. We read the article, we contacted the caseworker who was doing this in Santa Fe and asked her how could we bring this to Alabama. And since then, we have, and what we do, and the way the Hart Gallery works is different, is that from behind us you can see these beautiful portraits, and we get professional photographers who photograph these children and really show them in their best light, as well so that potential families could imagine them in their homes. And so we started with our first exhibit in November of 2005 at the Birmingham Museum of Art. We were fortunate enough that one of the other people that was involved was somebody that worked at the museum, and the museum partnered with us, and we were able to get some incredible photographers who really showed these children, and the majority of those children have now been adopted. And since then, we've now photographed, I think, about 1,300 children, and over 65% of the children that we have photographed are now in permanent families.
Wow, that's fantastic. What agencies do you guys work with within the state to do what you do?
So that's a good question. So we only work with children who are in custody of the Department of Human Resources. So these are the children that people that are considered foster children, and they could be placed in numerous agencies across the state who are with private agencies, but they all are legal custodians of DHR. So it's DHR's job to find them a permanent family. And until we reach the goal, currently right now there are like 6,000 children in foster care, but of that, there's only a small percentage of those children that either are not going to go back to their biological family, which is the goal of foster care. The majority of those children will do that. Then there's a percentage of children that are in care that are going to be adopted by their current foster parents. Of the children that don't fall into those two categories, it comes to about 300, 325. Those are the children that we work with, and the reasons are many why they're not placed, why they don't have a family or a potential family, and a lot of times it's because they're in a facility or something like that where they don't necessarily have an opportunity to meet families.
Now you guys are based here in Birmingham, but you're statewide. To kind of explain what does that mean?
So just talk to you about the number of kids that are available. Our contract and the way we get the children referred to us comes through the state office in Montgomery. So a child may be physically a Montgomery County child, let's say, but he may physically be located in Mobile, he or she. We will go to Mobile, and we host photo shoots all over the state. So we may photograph that child there, videotape. If you go to our website, you can see kind of what we do and how we do it. Each child gets their own web page. And we have committees and volunteers all over the state, especially photographers. We are real fortunate. We have over 100 photographers across the state who have volunteered their services to make sure that these children come alive.
Now, are these photos that are back here, are these some of the work that you're referring to?
Yes. So we have all of these are children that have either been adopted or most of them are just older portraits because their other portraits are out on display.
Mm-hmm.
We also had this amazing hand portrait artists who have asked to paint our children. So some of those videos, some are actually
Some real
paintings.
artwork.
Yes, and so we hope when they're adopted, we're going to be bringing them their hand painted portraits.
What events are coming up for Heart Gallery where folks can get out into the community and maybe see you guys live to ask questions, to interact?
Currently, actually this week on Friday night, we have something called the Heart Gallery Classic, which the Nomberg Law Firm is one of our sponsors. And this is an event that we take to all the minor league ballparks across Alabama, which currently there are 3 of those. And we've been at the Biscuits game last weekend, and then we were also at the Barons game. This Friday will be the 23rd. We will be at the Bay Bears at the Hank Aaron Stadium, and we have it's really just a fun night at the ballpark. But one of our children who has been adopted is going to be throwing out the first pitch.
Oh, excellent.
And then we have several of our children that are we're still recruiting for are going to be coming with their caseworkers. And then we just have foster families that we offer a night out at the park because a lot of times they're large families and they don't get an opportunity
Sure.
to have a night at the park.
What about other events that may be coming up during the calendar year that Heart Gallery is involved in?
Yes, so the Heart Gallery, if you go to our website, we have a calendar of events because our exhibit is somewhere on display pretty much every month of the year. It'll be somewhere. So if you go to heartgalleryalabama.com, you will be able to see where we are and what other events might be coming down the road.
If people want to volunteer to help out, not necessarily those families that are looking to get into the system, but photographers or just other volunteers, how would they get in touch and who would they get in touch with to inquire to see if there's the need?
So there's several different ways. You can always call our office, but on our website we do have a volunteer link. So if you click that, fill it out, and talk about what you're interested in. We're always looking for professional photographers. We are pretty picky because we want to make sure that we work with photographers who've worked with children and can take beautiful pictures of the kids. But we are also always looking for board members or people who may have their church or civic group. We are happy to either come talk to them, have the exhibit on display in their county. We prefer to be somewhere where there's a large percentage of lot amount of traffic that comes through, so they can see our exhibit. But we do have a physical exhibit that stays up. We've come and talked to Kiwanis clubs, anybody that really wants to learn more about children that are available.
And if people want to donate, actual donate dollars, how do they do that?
You can also do that on our website at heartgalleryalabama.com. Click the Support Us link. You can also donate right on Facebook and on our Facebook page. And if you prefer to not do it online, you can send us a check.
Okay. And I guess it would lead me to my last set of questions about what if there are families out there who are watching this, who may have come across you guys online or wherever else they may have seen you. How can they get into the system and look to see if there's potentially those children out there that they want to help find their forever family with?
So one of the things that we caution people is going on our website because you can be stuck there for a very long time, for hours, but also caution you on falling in love with a particular child. The process to adopt, there is a link on our homepage that tells you the specifics, like if you're married, you have to be married for 3 years, just really like the logistics. But you do have, we don't want you to fall in love because there's just like, you have to go through home studies, you have a 30-hour training, and it is a process because these children have had a history and you need to know what you're accepting and what you're opening up yourself to. So in order for you to be ready for that, you're going to be trained, very well trained. So a lot of times people assume that they find a kid that they're in love with and they're going to just go through that training and that child is theirs. And that's what's a little different about adopting a child from, let's say, the Heart Gallery or foster care versus adopting privately. If you adopt privately, the parents really get to choose what they want. And here we focus on the child first. So a lot of families who've gone through even through the training and have a home study may assume this child is perfect for them when in reality that child may have a different opinion. Or the child may have something in their background that you don't know about that you're not going to be comfortable with. So the state really makes sure that it's a good fit before you actually ever meet the child face to face.
So should a person who's interested in adopting or getting involved in the program, should they come to Heart Gallery first, or should they go to the state first, or what's the ideal scenario?
So with us, we partner with Children's Aid Society, and they have an APAC program, which is specifically for the kids that are 8 or older. And they will do the training, the supportive counseling throughout the whole process with you. So we recommend you call us. We will hook you up with, especially with where you are, because they just do the classes in the big cities across the state, and we'll tell you where to go. So you can contact us first, definitely, and we'll connect you with where to go.
Okay, I didn't mention this earlier, but if those of you watching have any questions while we're live, you're certainly welcome to submit the questions, and we'll try to answer those. This video will also be later on posted on our law firm's website, nomberglaw.com. We'll link it over to the Heart Gallery's website. It'll also be through probably both Facebook pages as well. Michelle, is there any other things that you wanted to go over about Heart Gallery that maybe we hadn't touched upon before we close?
I think we've pretty much covered everything. I do want to encourage people to get involved. There's many ways to be involved, even if it's not, if you're called to help a child, maybe, and you feel like you're not able to adopt, there are many ways to get involved, even if it's not just with the Heart Gallery, but these youth, these young adults, they need us. I mean, they are our community. They're our future. And so if we don't take care of them, that's going to reflect on our state, and it's going to reflect on the people that we live with. So I do encourage you to get out there, to mentor, to write a supportive letter, really kind of do whatever you feel you can do.
Thank you for all of that. Guys, if you haven't been familiar with Heart Gallery Alabama before now you've gotten a very good idea of what the organization is about and all the wonderful work they've done for more than a decade here in Alabama. Please consider getting involved or donating or just participating in some way with this nonprofit. Again, this is Bernard Nomberg with the Nomberg Law Firm. We've been with Michelle Wolnek of Heart Gallery Alabama. We'll return again in a couple of weeks. We're going to take the next 2 weeks off, but we hope you'll return back with us each Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Again, we can be found at nomberglaw.com. Michelle, what's the website again?
HeartGalleryAlabama.com.
And is there any other way to get in touch with you guys?
They can call us at 205-445-1293.
Again, thank you for spending a few minutes with us, and we'll see you back next Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Thanks.